Okay, here we are. I'm going to go over the Chapter 6 worksheet, some specific problems. You can always ask me your problems either by email or Google Hangouts. Number 8 is a sinking fund. We had this before. This has $100,000. The balance is in the account. Sinking fund is a future value ordinary annuity. What we want is the future value to be $100,000. That's the balance in this case at the end of 15 years. M is 2. In this case, the interest rate is 10%, and you want to find R. So I put everything into here, and we get R equals 1563. And that's your answer. That's all I want. Now, we already did that before. On the test was the sinking fund exactly the same way. Now, number 9. Suppose $100 is deposited at the beginning of each month. You see the beginning, it's an annuity due for 3 years. So $100 is at the beginning monthly for 3 years. Interest rate is 6%. What do we want to find? Find the total number of payment periods. So let's erase this and just go. This takes you step by step. And let's see, 9A, payment periods. That's equals M, that is simply MT. You got 2 times 15, the answer is 30. So you're going to pay him 30 times during the 15-year period. Second answer, find the actual interest rate per period. Well, the actual interest rate per period is R equals the R percentage over 100. So in this case, it was 10 over 100, right? That's what they want. When they ask for interest rate per period, they're asking for R. Oh, wait a minute. That's 6%, isn't it? Yeah, this is 6% in this case. I'm sorry. Okay, find the future value. Well, once again, you deposit $100 at the beginning of each month. So in the beginning, you have nothing. So you're looking for S. It is a, what is this? It says at the beginning of this period. So this is this is all your stuff down here. Beginning of the period. S equals 1 R, or 1 plus R, MT minus 1, times 1 plus R over M, divided by R over M. This is not in the denominator once again. So let's put what we want in here. So what are we trying to find? We're trying to find S. So this is 100. Okay. So it's going to be 1 plus 0.06. over 2 raised to the 30, MT, minus 1 divided by 0.06 over 2. So S is 100, 1.03 to the 30 minus 1 divided by 0.03. I'm not going to go through the gory details, but the answer comes out to be 3960. So what did you put down? Well, let's see how much you paid out. Well, what's your payout? Well, your payout was $100 times 30 periods, 3,000. So your earnings, you earned what? S minus RMT, which is this. So it's 3960 minus 3,000. So you earn $960 in the annuity due. All right, let's go to number 10. So let's erase this. And we'll start number 10 down here. while you're writing that down. So number 10, let's try to figure out what we have first. Suppose an annuity pays $12,000. So you know the annuity pays $12,000, 1,200, 2,000, I'm sorry. Pays 2,000. At the end, okay, of each 3-month period, so it's the end, so therefore you know you have an ordinary annuity. 3-month period is going to be 4 times a year, right? There are 4 3-month periods in a year. 3.5 years. And the interest rate is 4%. So R is going to be 0.04. So it says find the total number of periods. So N equals MT. So it's 4 times 3.5. That's about 15, right? Or is it 14? 14. Oh, 14 periods.
Yeah, 14 quarters.
Yeah, but the period is
yeah, a quarter.
Is a quarter.
In this
Okay.
case, yeah.
So B, find the real interest rate. Once again, that's R. So we know that's 0.04. And C, find the present value. Now, why is this a present value problem? Well, they're putting in $2,000. Not putting it in, they're paying it to you. So in this case, the 2,000 is coming back to you every 3 months. So you're getting a check for 2,000. Well, in order for the 2,000 to come back to you, there had to have been something in there for the bank to play with. So what they're looking for is, what did I put in to generate the 2,000 per month? So they're looking for a lump sum at times 0. That's your present value. And we know it's an ordinary annuity, which means at the end of the month. So we have this equation which we use. Okay, so AN equals R. 1 minus 1 plus R over M to the minus MT divided by R over M. That's ordinary present value annuity. So, we want to find the lump sum present value. So here we want to find AN. In this case, AN equals 2,000, 1 minus 1 plus, R is 0.04 and M is 4. Raised to the minus MT, don't forget the minus now because we're going backwards. Minus M is 4, and T is 3.5. And that's divided by 0.04 over 4. Once you get to this stage, it becomes just grunt work. Just be careful. A lot of you forget the 1 here. Most common mistake is subtracting the 1 from the future value annuities and subtracting this from the 1 in the present value. Don't forget, a lot of people drop that 1 after a couple of lines. So don't forget that. So we get 1 minus, that's 0.02, 0.01, right? 1.01 to the 14?
Minus 14.
Minus 14, thank you. Divided by 0.01. All right. Once again, we'll forget the gory details. So AN is, I believe, 26,000. You better check that. Let's check that by looking at your payout. That was 2,000 times 14. 28.
So 26 in, 28 out.
Right. That's what you got back, actually. This comes back to you. Right?
Yeah,
So, because you get paid $2,000 per month. So what was your earnings? So your earnings was 28,000 minus 26,000, right?
Your initial cost basis was 26,000.
Yeah. So you only made what? 2,000?
2,000 over the course of
14 years.
well, 3.5 years, right? 14 quarters.
Well, 14 quarters, 3.5 years. That's not too bad. All right. So let's go to number 11. This is one which I had classified wrongly. And when I did it, I said that's wrong. So, my mistake. Well, let's go through it. So, number 11 is an inheritance. So, here's an inheritance. So, let's make a generalization. When you are dealing with inheritances, lottery winnings, what else? There's another one here that I put down here. Lottery winnings, but basically, inheritances, lottery winnings, you're always dealing with present values. Almost 90% of the time. So that's a hint for you. So this is an inheritance. So according to this thing here, it should be an inheritance of 400,000 will provide how much at the end of each year for the next 20 years. So at t equals 0, I'm going to put down $400,000. That's the present value at t equals 0. The answer is, how much at the end of each year for the next 20 years will you earn? So I want to find R, and t equals 20 years. Okay, the interest rate is, R is 0.07. And M is going to be compounded annually. So, all right, so I want to find R here. So since we're talking about present value, we're going to talk about the same equation. And now let's look at this. How much at the end of each year? So it's the end of the period, right? So it's going to be an ordinary present value annuity. So I know AN now here's where people get mixed up. Because I know AN is not S, not future value. It's what I have at time 0. If this was a future value, it's what I would want at time, let's say, 15 years. So what I want to know is, how much am I going to get? I don't know that. 1 minus 1 plus R is 0.07 over 1. 1 and T is 20 years. And that is a minus Okay? And divided by 0.07 over 1. So we have 400,000 or, don't forget that 1 minus 1.07 to the minus 20. Divided by 0.07. So 400,000 equals R. 1 minus, we'll do this one out. I haven't done a present value out, so let's do this one out. 1.07 raised to the minus 20. That's 0.258 divided by 0.07 equals R. Okay. It's going to be 1 minus 0.258. 1 minus 0.258. 0.516. Let's try that again. No, 0.714. I thought there was something wrong with that. So 400,000 equals R. 0.742 divided by 0.07. 10.6. R equals 400,000 divided by 10.6. $37735, 37,736. So I'm getting back 37,736 every year. So how much am I going to get back in the end? So let's see what my pay-in is. That's RMT, 37,736 times 20. Okay, let's do that here. $754, $720. Seems like a lot of money, doesn't it?
At 7% though, that makes
7%
sense.
and 20 years.
And you're draining it to zero in
Yeah.
20 years, so you're
Yeah.
actually pulling principal out too.
Right. So my earnings is 754, 720 minus 400,000. That's what I put down, right?
Yeah.
So it's 354, 720. So that's pretty good. Because now at the end of your period, since this is a present value, my balance at t equal 20 years is 0 in the account.
Right.
But I made a good chunk of money here. It's good for maybe a retirement account. All right. How much time we have left for this one?
Oh gosh, we're at 19 minutes.
19 minutes? Oh, let's stop. Oh, geez.